Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, February 22nd. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and SPY. So, kind of an interesting day today. The first part that was interesting is when we tried to go trend in B period, we ripped down pretty good tempo. Yet, we take out the IB low only to fill the singles in B. You know, I had told the room I'd be a little surprised if we try to go trend, especially after yesterday. Yes, we did have a trend day yesterday, but out of 4 single prints, we only held on to 1. And with the minutes coming, I thought maybe they would just play in the in yesterday's range in the lower distribution, which we ended up doing for the most part. But they did go trend. Then what happens? We grind from the day's low to a new high before the minutes come out. And then we rip initially up. We never got into the single prints in ES. SPY got into theirs but didn't fill them. But when they finally settled down after J, what was the direction for most of the last 3 time frames? Down. They pushed KL and M. Now, they didn't get much below the day's low. They made new lows in KL and M. And then finally M took whoever was short and down here and started taking them out. The market overall is still short pretty good, okay? And we'll go over all the charts and everything. NQ, they do end 9 wide, and they have the day's high and low. Righty ends 9 wide. Again, I don't count N. 9 wide, and they have the day's high and low. ES and SPY only ended 8 wide, so I won't use it. I won't ignore it tomorrow, but I won't carry it forward if we don't get it tomorrow. And we have the day's high and low. So the bottom line is if we don't get a gap tomorrow, we're going to get a lot more chop again inside of today's range. So we'll see how that transpires. I had an okay day. Again, it was a little difficult for me. I got a little biased in B period. I was green on the day, but I did have a bunch of small losses. I lost on at least 5 lots today. I took a long in A period, actually, above the opening because we were getting that ebb and flow trade where longs were getting paid. So believe it or not, I did okay. I did all right on 2 longs. Then in B period, I did take a short to go get the overnight low. Did well on that. But then in B period, believe it or not, I lost on a short in B. How the hell did I lose on a short in B? I forgot where I lost on it. But believe it or not, that's almost impossible. But I did lose on a short in B, on a 2 lot. I made money on a short in C, though. With the single prints, I was doing those. But then I lost on a short in D. Once I took a short thinking we'd hold the 1-time framing down. Once I got above the 144 and ticked above C's high, I took that off for a loss. What else? Didn't do a lot in the afternoon. I actually took a 1 lot in J period when we got over the 144 at one point, held it for a very small gain. And I actually made money on a long in K period on a small long against the day's low. I actually lost money. It's almost impossible to say this, but I lost money on a short in L, even though we were 1-time framing down. So somehow, believe it or not, I managed to lose, not a lot, I'm talking about a couple of points, on a short in K and in B. Believe it or not. So I still ended green on the day. Not the easiest day to read, especially how they started it by pushing it down hard in B and C, only to take it all back. And then you think, okay, the Fed minutes basically said what the market expected. So the market's short. Well, I thought then maybe they would take some more shorts out. Guess what? After they failed at the day's low in C period. Not to be. They decide to go back to doing what they've been doing, which is pressing lower. So the market right now is short, and it's comfortable being short. We'll see how that plays out. We do have the PCE number at 8:30 on Friday morning. Just like these Fed minutes should be released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time today. There's no reason to wait the whole day and get that kind of stupid reaction in J period. Just none whatsoever. If you feel the same way, I advise you to write a letter to the SEC, which I did. They did respond to me, but basically they said they're going to be filing it. Unless they get many people that feel the same way, they won't take any action. Because I said I don't think any data except for the Fed rate announcement should be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. None of this stuff should be. Fed minutes, the beige book, any of this stuff should all be out at 8:30 Eastern time. There's no reason for these things to be released later in the day where we waste a whole day trading, waiting for them, and then you just get mindless machines and uneducated traders that get ripped around and ripped apart. If 90% of traders lose money, well, then I'm going to say 99% of traders lost money in J period. You're not going to see that on Twitter. Of course, 100% of Twitter made money. But in real life, 90% of traders got destroyed in J period with that whipsaw action, right? Without a doubt. Anyway, as far as destinations, SPY is today's high, 4,113 on the upside, and then the single prints, they start at 14 cents, get filled at 26, 4,416 daily high, and then 4,531, 10 wide from the 17th of February. Today's low is 397.02 on the downside. And then we have 393.56 as a weekly low. And single prints 393.20 to 392.48. ES, today's low is 83.75. Then we have the weekly low of 63.25. Single print 61.50 to 54.25. On the upside, 25 is today's high. Single prints, we never got to them. You should have them. I gave those to you all yesterday. One other note. We're the only one, ES and SPY, the only ones that price probed. Now, I'm not using L's low because we only took it out by about 20, 30 cents. I want 50 or 60. But neither NQ got close to probing, making a new low in a day, or Russell. And then just quickly on the chart. So here's the monthly. Is this disappointing? Of course it is. We have, 4 more trading days? 4 more trading days in a month. We had an inside month last month. We took it out by $10 to the upside, and now we're $10 below last month's high. But it's still up for me. I'm not going to call this balanced. The monthly is still up for me. But it is a little disappointing right now. Weekly is now firmly down. I told you if we make a new low today, the weekly is firmly down. Look at this. We got close to that trend line, right? We stayed below it all last year. It's going to be interesting if they test it. So the weekly is down, and the daily is one time framing down 4 days after an inside day, and we got close, didn't get it, but got close to the 50-day moving average in SPY. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Hope you had a good day trading. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.